everyone, it's Gojira Prime here with a little video, and today we are taking a look at Earthrise Galvatron. Now, this is the version of Galvatron from the Netflix trilogy series, Siege, Earthrise, and Kingdom, and it's also heavily inspired by the original G1 incarnation of the character. This particular mold has had a few repaints. This is the original version of the mold. There's also the Selects version of this figure, which has been colored to look more like the original toy version of the character. And then there's also the SS86 version, which has more accurate movie colors for the character. So we'll just run through his vehicle mode very quickly, then we'll have a look at the robot mode, and then we'll do some size comparisons with some other figures. So, artillery piece mode, really. It's not really a vehicle, it's an artillery piece. And there's not a lot really to say about the figure in this mode. It is basically a large laser cannon on tracks with a translucent orange cannon here at the front. Now, it's got some very nice molded detail and everything, but that's really about it. It doesn't have lights and sound effects. It doesn't really have anything where you can angle it a bit better to get, to make it look like it's firing. You can put blast effects in the front here if you wanted to, I suppose, but that's really about it. There's not really a lot else to say about this vehicle mode. It's just a big laser cannon. That's it. I suppose that's one advantage the Titan's Return version had. Although that wasn't a particularly great figure in the long run because of the Headmaster gimmick, it did have a third alternate mode, which was the space fighter, but that's about it. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It's a big artillery piece. Maybe if he was a tank or something, it'd be a bit more interesting. But yeah, he's an artillery piece. So what I'll do is I'm just going to pause the video, get him into robot mode, and then we'll take a look at that. Okay, so here we have Galvatron in his robot mode. And I have to admit, I do really like the robot mode on this Galvatron. It does harken back to the old G1 style for Galvatron back in the Transformers movie and Season 3 and beyond. So yeah, I really do like the robot mode. It's a hell of an improvement over the Titan's Returns version, which itself was a massive improvement over the Universe version we had many, many years ago. Not that that's saying a hell of a lot. But yeah, this is a really good version of G1 Galvatron. You can see the head sculpt there, really quite nice, very angry looking. The head itself is on a joint, so you can do side-to-side motions. There is a little up and down, but that's about it. Unfortunately, because of his shoulder pads, if he's trying to look to the side, he can't see a damn thing. But never mind. Arms are on a full swivel at the shoulder, so you do get a full 360 movement on them. If you move the treads out the way, you've got some elbow motion as well. Almost dropped it. Hand-wise, you can spin his hand around, but there's no finger articulation, but that doesn't really matter with a figure like this. Leg-wise, you can go full forward and sideways. Can go back that far, but the backpack will stop it moving quite a bit. You do have movement at the knee, and you also have some movement at the ankle, but that's more to do with the transformation process than anything, but it does allow you to put him in some decent poses. Mold-wise, very, very nice. Nice molded details. This version does come with the battle damage. It doesn't bother me particularly, but I know the battle damage that was on these figures from this line did irritate a lot of people. But yeah, I just really like the figure. It looks really, really good. Everything folds away quite nicely with this figure. The transformation process is a bit finicky, in my opinion, if that's even a word. But it's not too bad, and you can get him transformed fairly quickly. He does come with a number of accessories. He does come with a chainmail necklace, which you can attach a matrix of leadership to. I can't find out where my box of bits is at the moment, so I can't display that on him, unfortunately, this particular moment in time. The cannon is in 2 bits. You've got the barrel and then that bit there. That just plugs straight into there. Just line it up however you want. And then you can attach the cannon in one of these 2 holes here. You can either have it in here if you want that, but it does have it fairly low down. Or if you want, you can have it on that one there, and that locks it into place a bit. Well, it's meant to lock into place. It just fell completely off on camera, but there you go. So if you put them in there like that, you can have the cannon up. Mine doesn't want to hold in very well at all, actually. Well, it's meant to be like that, but it's not really working very well at the moment. So I'll just keep him on that bottom one there for now. But yeah, there you go. Aside from the embarrassing moment wherein that fell off the arm, and it's been all right so far. But yeah, I really like it. As a figure, I really do quite like it. So let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with Age of the Primes Blastoff. I'll get around to doing a review of this figure at some point. Here he is with his line companion, Nemesis Prime. Obviously, there's a bit of a size difference there between those 2. Here he is with SS86 Megatron. And I think these 2 scale actually quite nicely. Galvatron's maybe a little bit smaller head height-wise, but aside from that, I do think these 2 scale quite well. And then finally, here he is with another leader class figure from way back in the day, the Power of the Primes, Nemesis Prime. And you can see Nemesis Prime towers over him in his super robot mode. So is this figure worth getting? Well, aside from the embarrassing shot where his cannon fell off his arm while I was trying to display him just then, yeah, I think this particular mold is worth getting. It just depends on what version of the figure you want, whether you want the Earthrise Kingdom version, the Selects version, or the SS86 version. Either way, I think the mold is really, really good. The vehicle mode, the cannon mode, is a little bit boring because it doesn't actually do anything. But the robot mode's very, very nice. The articulation's very good. And the detailing on it's very nice. And it's got a very nice head sculpt as well. So I would say if you are looking to add a G1 style Galvatron, this is the best option available from the mainline series, because the other 2 versions from the mainline series are bloody awful. And I say that from experience. So if you've got the money for him, if it's something you want to have in your collection, by all means, do get this figure. But let me know in the comments section what you think. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Hit like, hit subscribe, and have a very, very nice day.